Hey, what is up everyone? Today we take a look at the CLAAS Moby production line model. So the owner of CLAAS guitars wrote me a message and he asked if I would like to try out their new Moby production line, and I said yes, of course. So here we are, let's take a look at this. I reviewed a CLAAS a long time ago, must be well over 2 years. I actually reviewed the prototype guitar, which is owned by my good friend and bandmate. So this guitar is kind of a small production series, which is supposed to be more affordable compared to the expensive full custom guitars. However, these are still 100% made at the CLAAS factory in Germany. Yeah, so right away, needless to say that this is something really special. First of all, it's a headless guitar. It has a multi-scale fretboard, and then of course this weird body shape with this huge body and neck connection that actually has 10 bolts. Have you ever seen a guitar that has 10 bolts to hold the neck and the body together? Okay, so let's go over the specs. These guitars are available as 6 strings, 7 strings, and 8 strings. You have the possibility to choose from 3 different wood types for the body: mahogany, walnut and ash. In this case we have walnut. You always have a maple neck, which is really beautiful. I mean, it's almost like it has a slight flame to it. It looks really nice and it's very smooth. An ebony fretboard, stainless steel frets, which have a very special treatment, which CLAAS call super round frets, and I have never seen anything like this. They are truly super round. This is quite impressive. Specs. Yeah, let's continue with the specs. We have luminous side dots. As I said, we have a multi-scale going on here. 27-inch on the low string and 25.5-inch on the high string. I would say usual multi-scale configuration on a 7-string guitar. On this, you don't notice the 27-inch on the low at all. Oh yeah, and you got a 0 fret, so you don't have a real nut. I think some people didn't like on the Kiesel Vader, because sometimes you would get like a slight ping of the string. On this, however, I haven't noticed anything. It just works perfectly. I didn't even notice that it has a 0 fret instead of a nut. Just works perfectly. If you're wondering how you fix the strings on this, the string balls are held back in this little piece here. You put them through this headpiece and you lock them down and then you cut them off. It's simple as that. This is very common with modern headless guitars, and that's something I really like, because the string is sitting 100% straight and it's not being wound or, you know, just going at angles towards the headstock tuner. If I'm not mistaken, the bridge is custom made for CLAAS. I'm not sure, it did mention it on the spec sheet, so correct me if I'm wrong. The pickups are also something really special. They are lace aluminum pickups. So I can't quite explain you in this video how they work. I just can tell you that they don't work as your conventional pickup with your copper wire, which is being wound around your magnetic poles. These work completely different. They are supposed to be very quiet, so there's no humming that needs to be bucked. So we've got the def bar and the X bar, a single volume knob, nothing else. So you change pickups by pushing and pushing the volume knob. So it's a push knob. Yeah. So much about the specs. As I said, this is a production line model, so it's supposed to be more affordable than their super unique custom shop guitars, because the bodies and all the shapes are prepared with the CNC machine, and the only customizable choice that you have is choosing the body wood. So they can keep the cost down by building the same thing over and over again, which I think is a really cool idea, especially for an instrument which is this odd and this special. So this one in particular, 7-string with walnut body, is 2,350 euros, which is definitely cheaper to their regular 3,500 euro custom shop guitars. However, it's still a lot of money, but you have to remember that this is not made in Indonesia, but it is made in Germany. So how does it feel? It's probably the most wanted question. So, brutally honest, I think it is a very, very nice instrument. It is very, very special. Okay, if you think it's ugly, that's fine for me. I also think it's weird, but it's cool. It's cool. You can't say anything against that. It is just super cool. It is light. It is compact. Oh, by the way, it comes with a sort of gig bag, which fits the size of the guitar. And I mean, just look at the size of this. It is super tiny. I mean, just imagine showing up at a gig with this, you know, just like your little backpack. I noticed this cutaway here because the prototype didn't have it. The prototype was just flat. And so it's much more comfortable now for your wrist. Now, on the downside, however, I think that for the price tag, it could need a bit more attention to detail. If I'm taking a look at how the backplate or back cover is fitted to the guitar, or how the, just in general, the edges, everything that is cut out, the pickup cavities, it's a bit rough. It's a bit too rough for my taste, and especially for 2,350 euros. This could be a bit more smooth, and actually it could be flawless, or it should be flawless. There's also a tiny spot at the volume knob. Yeah, I don't know how this got there, because can't be the knob touching the wood, because it doesn't touch the wood. So it must have happened during the assembly process. I think that this is something that should not be there on a guitar for that price. What is really amazing, however, is how this neck is connected to the body with those 10 screws. I mean, this is spectacular. By the way, the downside of this construction is that you can't put your thumb around the neck after the 10th fret. So from a bandmate who owns almost exactly this guitar, it's not a problem because he's not used to play like this. I learned playing guitar with my thumb around here, so it's kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't say intimidating, but it's a bit uncomfortable to play leads. However, I noticed that I got used to it more and more as I was playing the guitar. Yeah, just so you know. By the way, is there a strap in here? Yeah, there is. Okay, I haven't tried this, but let's see how the balance is. That is pretty cool as well. It comes with a pre-installed strap. Okay, the balance is super nice. Yeah, you can place it the way you want to, and it will stay there. Balance test, check. However, I think when you play this while you're sitting, it is a bit too low or too. Don't mind the microphone. I mean this, if I'm sitting like this to play at home, I think it is sitting a bit too far back here. So I have to play at an angle with my wrist, and it kind of starts hurting after like half an hour. So yeah, the overall playability is very, very good. However, it does have some fret buzz, could need a little setup. I mean, I've got my keys from America and it was perfectly set up. So how does it sound? I think it sounds quite dry, but very, very aggressive. Especially this bridge pickup is super aggressive, and I like it. And I generally like to have, you know, not too saturated sounds. So this is kind of my direction. The neck pickup is really round and warm. It is almost too nosy for my taste, but on higher notes, it is really nice. In general, I think the response of your attack of the pickups is amazing. This is the first time ever that I'm trying lace pickups, so I was really curious how they would feel. And they are very, very responsive to your playing input, which I absolutely love. And they just look absolutely stunning. I mean, I don't know if you can see this, but you can actually see underneath the pickups and see the entire cavity, which is covered with copper foil. And I mean, this is something unseen. Oh, by the way, just one more ergonomic thing. I think some of the bridge tuning pegs are a bit hard to turn, especially on the low string. So sometimes precise tuning is a bit uncomfortable. However, once it is in tune, it will stay in tune. Oh, and we have lumen lace side dots. I just noticed. Last thing about the sound. I do like the sound of this guitar. However, I think the tonal options are kind of limited because, well, you have two only. Bridge pickup or neck pickup. Well, especially that's a personal thing. You know me, I like to have at least 5 positions, you know, with coil split and stuff. I actually don't know how or if coil split would function with the lace pickups. If you know more, please let me know in the comments. I'm kind of a noob with these pickups. Yeah, so tonally there's not much to get from this guitar except bridge sounds or neck sounds. I mean, I know people who have only a bridge pickup with a volume knob and that's sufficient for them. So that's a completely personal thing. And if this is sufficient for you, then you can be very happy with this guitar. I think before this video gets way too long, let's sit back and see what this sounds like. For the rhythm and lead tones, I will be playing through my Laney Ironheart. Basically the sound is the preamp of my Laney Ironheart and a cab simulation on my computer. For the clean tones, I will use Overloud TH3 on my computer only. Yeah, let's do this. So, I hope you liked this video of the CLAAS Moby production line model, which already is or will be very soon available at different dealerships, for example Thomann. So you will be able to buy this from Thomann with warranty and all that good stuff. If you are into headless guitars, if you are into, exotic looking guitars, this is definitely something you should try out. As a personal note from me to CLAAS Guitars, thank you very much Alexander for sending me this guitar out of the blue almost. I really appreciate it and I really like it. However, as a personal input, I would like to have a bit more attention to detail. You know, those little rough edges or not properly fitted cover over the electronics cavity and this little spot here around the knob. I mean, these are details, I know. However, details matter in a price range of way over 2,000 euros. Yeah, just as a side note. That's it for today. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you're new to my channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like, share and comment under the video. What do you think about this guitar, except for the looks? I mean, if you think this is ugly, we don't need your comment. I think this is really cool and deserves some attention. If CLAAS can manage to fix these minor bugs, I think this is definitely a guitar worth checking out if you are into exotic and cool looking stuff. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time.
To do is awaken the power in the people.